Welcome back. It's still news across Nigeria on Channels Television. And of course, all our top stories and other programs can be found on our website. That's channelstv.com and on youtube.com/channelsweb. Visit m.channelstv.com to view us live on your mobile device. You can also download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS and Windows phones from their respective stores. Of course, we urge you to please interact with the Eyewitness feature in the Channels TV app that's on the Android, iOS and Windows platforms. So, if you have pictures or videos that you would like to share with us, it doesn't matter wherever you are, just tap the application on your device, then you can swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu. And once you've done all of these, remember to follow the instructions. And now let's talk some politics. As the governorship election in Bayelsa State draws near, the governor has declared his intention to run again. Well, the rally had some big wigs from the People's Democratic Party all in attendance, including the former president, Dr. Goodluck Jonathan. All right, for more on Governor Seriki Dixon's decision to run again for the seat of governor, I'm now being joined by the special advisor to the governor on public enlightenment, Mr. Don Varada. Many thanks for joining us in News Across Nigeria.
Yeah, thank you. Good afternoon.
All right, let's start off. Governor Dixon has officially announced his intentions to run for a second term. Mr. Varada, do you think the party stands a good chance with the recent defections of some PDP faithful to the All Progressives Congress, that's the APC? All right, we seem to have lost contact with Mr. Varada, but we definitely will try to establish contact with him in the course of the program. All right, let's move on now to Kaduna State, where students seeking admission into tertiary institutions owned by the Kaduna State government will no longer pay for admission forms or the processes involved. The state-owned tertiary institutions have now been directed to stop the sale of scratch cards to admission seekers for access to school portals or even admission processing. Commissioner for Education, Dr. Shehu Adamu, explained that the Kaduna State Executive Council took this decision considering the plight of students, warning that admission into higher institutions should not be treated as a source of revenue. All non-teaching occupants of public school quarters have also been directed to vacate the premises within 90 days, while teachers who have been transferred to other schools are to vacate their official residences within 6 months. Let's move over now to the southwest part of the country. If all goes according to plan, the Ondo state government will have access to some 14 billion naira within the next 1 week. And that's as part of the bailout funds promised by the president for states to pay their staff salaries. The money will be used to offset 3 months' salary arrears owed civil servants. The State Commissioner for Finance, Yele Ogundipe, also confirmed to newsmen that the government is looking inward to generate more funds.
The truth is that as of today, there is no bailout money yet received by the Ondo State government. Of course, processes are on for us to assess the bailout funds. But like you have asked, there is so much of discussion out there that the state government indeed has received over 14 billion and that it has not paid workers' salaries from it. We are currently processing the payments, and what the federal government has done is to instruct the states to access the funds through the commercial banks. We have approached one of the commercial banks, like most other states have done, And they just gave us an offer letter on Thursday. Thursday was 3rd of September. Of course, we immediately prepared memo for ESCO approval. ESCO only approved yesterday that we should assess the loan at the rate specified by the Central Bank of Nigeria, which is a single-digit rate of 9%. So we are collating all our papers and we are sending it to the Central Bank of Nigeria today. We are hopeful that within the next 1 week, the 14 billion may be received by Ondo State. But as I speak to you now, nothing has been received by the state government.
The Ondo State Commissioner for Finance there, Yale Ogundipe. The Oyo State Governor Ralph Aregbesola has promised to pay workers their outstanding salaries before the end of the month. He made this known while speaking at the National Flag-Off ceremony for the distribution of the federal government's and UBEC plastic chairs and tables to all the states in the country, in Osogbo, the Osun State capital in particular. While he also urged the workers to join in the fight against all corrupt practices capable of destabilizing not just the state, but the country.
I'm appealing to our workers. Please, in your respective workstations, turn yourself to whistleblowers, that is, agent of integrity, agent of transparency. If you notice anybody, because we cannot be too perfect, if you notice any hanky-panky, any mischief in payment and collection of salaries, please alert us. We are not happy by the fact that there are people who are abusing all the efforts we have put in place to check undue leakages or any leakage at all in our system. Before Idu Kabir, by the grace of God, we shall pay the salaries of our workers.
Osun State Governor there, Ralph Aregbesola, promising workers that their salaries will be paid sooner rather than later. All right, let's return to Bayelsa State for our discussion, talking about Governor Seriki's decision to run. Well, we're now being joined by the Special Advisor to the Governor on Public Enlightenment, Mr. Don Varada. Many thanks for joining us on News Across Nigeria.
Yes, and good evening.
All right, let's move on now quickly. Of course, Governor Dixon has officially made his announcement. He wants to run for a second term. Do you think the party stands any chance or any good chance with the recent defections of some PDP faithful to the APC?
What has been demonstrated over the period of 3 years and 2 months in Bayelsa is quality leadership, where development has been taken to all sectors of the state. Of course, we talk about security. Security remains the bedrock of development. Take it anywhere in the time, all over the world. And that's why we're saying today that Bayelsa State is a beautiful state in the country. Security assessors all over the country are saying that's exactly what's the ground. And so the next thing that follows is to sustain the pace of development we have.
All right.
That's part of the state. And so we are believing that we're moving forward in terms of education, uptake of medical. We've not stopped at anything in spite of the building resource of the state. That is why we're telling the world and indeed by the law. The governor is not just having a chance to win elections for the coming days. We have decided as a people that quality leadership is what we need to sustain the pace of education, security, and also so when people are bringing rumors here and
all right, Mr. Varada,
people who are resolved that we must win the election, and winning the election we will want is that all of us will come together. That's why the situation of the
all right, Mr. Varada, I apologize for
was an organic solidarity of the people willing to tell the world.
All right, let me just cut you in there quickly. Of course, former President Goodluck Jonathan came out to show his support for Governor Dixon. Do you think this is a well-timed move at this point?
Oh, he is from Bayelsa State, First Republic, in Nigeria. And he saw, as a president, that among the governors of Nigeria, the one that ranks among the best performing governors is Governor Henry Siraka District, in all fronts of the divide. Therefore, most informed person in this country to judge whether this governor has performed better or not is President Goodluck Jonathan. This president doesn't only stay in Abuja, he comes here every other day. And so he's saying the change, the bridges are being devoted.
All right, I guess we'll have to leave it.
That's our story. I was saying, look, Bayelsans and the world over must see this governor as a winning governor. He has the winning team. He has the passion. He has the patriotism, the love and respect for his people. What else do we need to do? And so the statement of President Goodluck Jonathan urging Bayelsans to come out, a massive vote for Governor Dixon, is just the story, and he has given the seal to the city of Dixon. And of course, Bayelsans are already in celebration mode. That was aptly demonstrated yesterday.
All right, I guess we'll have to end it at that. Thank you so much, Mr. Don Avarada, the special advisor to the Governor on Public Enlightenment, for sharing those thoughts with us here on News Across Nigeria. All right, let's go on another break. And still to come on News Across Nigeria, well, the Inspector General of Police orders a clampdown on criminals who incite violence in parts of the country. Do join us again.